Hey guys, this is Justin with Ready Business Systems, and today I was going to go over some recruiting tips, specifically Indeed. So we have our ads listed wherever we can, and we are always recruiting. So just like you're always looking for customers, you should also always be looking for employees. Because if you're only looking in a month-long window, you're only going to find the people who are looking in that month-long window, which may not be the best person. If you have your ad running in June and the guy you wanted, the best guy available, was applying in March, well, guess what? You're not going to find him. So you want to have your ads running all the time and always be recruiting to have the best options for your employees. So we have our ads running on Indeed, on Craigslist, on Facebook, everywhere we really can. And what we do is we have a funnel. So they all go to our website and they fill out our application form, and then they all end up inside of our Service Autopilot database with a tag of applicant, so we know they're an applicant. And then these integrate into our automation, so we're constantly marketing to these applicants. So basically, anyone who applies for a job is now in our funnel. And throughout the year, when I know that we need people, we have automated emails and text messages and voicemail bombs and postcards that go out at these critical times of the year when we know we need people to our pre-screened applicants. So that's how our recruiting process works. But to get into Indeed, I would not pay for the sponsored listings. I haven't found that it's worthwhile, but what you should definitely do is go in regularly, make sure your ads are always running. They say open here, and once a week what you're going to want to do is pause them, and then you're going to want to resume it. And they always try to make it look like you have to pay, but just do a standard job post, keep job free. Now Indeed thinks that this job is now, there's some activity, and they think that it's now a new job that's posted, so it's more likely to show near the top. Additionally, what we do once in a while is you can see these jobs were created in May. So once a month we go in and we recreate the jobs. These ones were created in February and April. So once a month we go in and we literally post a new job and post these same jobs again, so they look like a new job. Because Indeed's job is to make sure that their site is useful. If they're showing ads that are from a year ago that are stale ads that no one's actually touched and they're not hiring, well, guess what? People looking for jobs aren't going to have much luck. So instead, they put at the top the newest ads and the most active, and obviously people who are paying for them. Let's hope that they're active, otherwise they're not paying for them. But it's a little way to save some money, and I found it just more effective than paying for your job ads on Indeed. So another tip here is in our jobs themselves, we do a lot of filters. Like I said, we don't actually use Indeed is a good hub for keeping track of applicants if you don't have another way to do it. But what we do is we send them all to our website where we want them to fill out our application and use Service Autopilot as our hub to bring our applicants in. So what we do on here is we list our job ad. We try to make it appealing because just as much as you're trying to sell, as much as you're trying to sell the job to them, that they're trying to sell themselves to you, that they want the job, you got to sell them that it's a good job that they want. Because if it seems like a crappy job, a crappy place to work, they're not going to want to work there. So the notable thing here I want to point out was we have this note here in big bold letters that says applications submitted through Indeed will not be seen or automatically discarded. And we actually have a Gmail filter, so anyone who clicks apply now, that email never gets seen, it gets auto-archived and no one ever sees it. So it says you must apply through the application at the bottom of this page, which we have down here. So what you're doing here by sending them to apply through this application form instead, sends to this page, you're making sure these people actually are interested, they can follow instructions, and they can actually read, and they actually care about this job, they took the time to read it. It's not just someone going through every job and clicking apply now. If you've ever applied on Indeed, you know how easy it is just to go through a million jobs and hit apply now, apply now, apply now. The other thing we have in here, not so much for the field applicants, because they may not, it's not necessarily a skill they need to be able to pay attention to detail on their applications and that technology skills that add to their resume. But we kind of hide it in a line in here saying pay attention to detail, so much so that it will include I pay attention to detail at the bottom of the resume. So basically, if a field worker bothers to do this, well, we know that they probably pay attention to detail and they're actually care. So it gives them a little extra brownie points. But for office applicants, we get so many of them, we really expect them to do this, and it's a good filter to filter them out. So there's two filters, as you can see just in our job ad, to kind of pre-screen applicants. The people who just click apply now that don't even make it to our application page. Once they get to our application page, we try to make it sound good, like I said, an appealing job, looks nice. They click this job application. On this job application, we have filters as well. We have their wage desired, so we know right off the bat what they're expecting. So if it's way out of the ballpark, you don't have to contact them. When they're available to start, we have the references. We have them put their date of birth because we need it for a background check that they authorize. But also this kind of lets us know if they're kind of way out of the ballpark as to if they're really going to be physically fit enough to perform this job. We also have a question for a shirt size right here, which is both for the uniform, but also guys that are triple XL may not be fit to work. So we have some filters in there. And like I said, this all goes into our system. We have a collection of hundreds of leads, and throughout the year we can either manually contact all of them, but we know that in May, June, we're going to need a lot of help, so we automatically are reaching out to them and prompting them to call in and letting them know about our hiring bonuses various times of the year. So that's how that works. Lastly, on these job applications, if you need to find people and you get desperate, you can also go in here. So I wanted to show this part about Indeed. Click on the candidates here, and we have a send message button, and you can do a template. So right here, we're prompting them to basically go back to the website. So if you really need people, those people who just click apply now are in the system, and you can reach out to them. So we kind of prompt them again to go ahead and fill out the application on the website since you didn't read it the last time. But it does help us to get in. They may not be the best applicants, but we're just trying to fill a slot. Sometimes it's helpful to know that you can go in there and gather a few more applicants. But you definitely want to prevent yourself from being in this position, because when we're at this position where we have to reach out to the people who couldn't follow instructions and didn't even fill the criteria to apply for the job, well, you really don't want to put yourself in that position. So this is a last-ditch effort, but ideally you just want to always be recruiting and be marketing to those good applicants. So that's all I got on the Indeed stuff, and I have more videos on the recruiting and the automations and that sort of stuff. Check out the website at readybusinesssystems.com. I'll catch you guys next time.